Hey everyone, it's Tyler, the Antenna Man, and today I'm going to review this Gesobyte indoor antenna. It's an amplified flat indoor antenna that claims 250-mile range. Wow, that's pretty amazing how an antenna like this could actually have a better mileage claim than a large outdoor antenna like this. I think we all know where this video is going, and if you don't, stay tuned. If you're a cord cutter or use an antenna, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to receive a notification whenever I post a new video. Before I get into this specific antenna review, I need to explain a few things about indoor antennas in general. They typically work in fair to strong signal areas within 30 miles of the broadcast towers, depending on certain factors like your home's building material and how many trees are around your home. Too much tree coverage will likely require an attic or outdoor antenna. There's no such thing as an HD or digital antenna. These are just keywords antenna companies use to get their products to show up on search results for people who think HD antennas are real and just type in the keywords HD antenna on Amazon. It's not about whether an antenna is HD or not, but how the antenna is designed for specific TV frequencies, UHF and VHF. Mileage claims are also bogus on most indoor antennas, like this 250-mile indoor antenna. Stay with me for a bit longer and I'll give this antenna a piece of my mind. While you will always get the best reception and most channels possible with an outdoor antenna, there is one way to find out if you stand a chance to pick up all the major networks with an indoor antenna. On your web browser, go to rabbitears.info, click on Signal Search, drag and zoom the pin drop to your location, change the height above ground to 13 feet, and click on Go. This will generate a reception report at your location. If you see most of the local channels with signals listed as good, there's a good chance you might be able to use an indoor antenna. Anything else that's listed as fair or poor, you will probably need an attic or outdoor setup. While you have the reception report on your screen, pay attention to the RF channel numbers in parentheses. These are the channels each TV station broadcasts on, and it's usually different than what they show on air. Any channel that's 7 through 13 highlighted in yellow is high VHF and may require a longer antenna element to be picked up, but can sometimes be picked up with flat antennas if the signal is strong enough. So back to this antenna. The design seems to be that of a very basic flat indoor antenna that's mainly optimized for UHF channels 14 through 36. The antenna also comes with a built-in amplifier with a switch that allows you to set the gain on the amplifier to either high or low, which is a pretty cool feature because sometimes adding too much gain can actually make reception worse. I did notice I got better reception on the lower setting with this antenna compared to the higher setting when I tested it out. There are two things I really don't like about this antenna. First, it has a hair-thin coaxial cable that's going to result in signal loss or interference because it's just not shielded well. It's best to use a thick, high-quality RG6 quad shield cable that looks like this. Not like this, and since the cable is built into the antenna, you can't change it out. The other thing I can't stand about this antenna is the bogus 250-mile range claim. TV signals tend to disappear over the horizon between 70 to 80 miles from the broadcast towers due to the curvature of the Earth, so any antenna that claims beyond a 100-mile range is likely junk. The mileage claims on antennas don't really mean anything. What matters is how the antenna is designed for certain TV frequencies like this. It's mainly optimized for UHF. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video, that indoor antennas are typically only good within 30 miles of the broadcast towers. Looking for an indoor antenna with longer range is not going to make a difference when your home's building material is impacting the signal. The Federal Trade Commission really needs to start investigating the false mileage claims on antennas. It's like if I advertised that this car could go 1,000 miles per hour and marketed it as a 1,000-mile-per-hour car. Well, technically it couldn't go 1,000 miles per hour if you drive it off the cliff. The same way a junk antenna like this could technically get 250-mile range if you were on the moon. Let's give a round of applause to the Federal Trade Commission. one of many incompetent government-run organizations. Sorry I got a little off track. I just hate it so much when antenna companies fool people into buying pieces of junk with false mileage claims and the Federal Trade Commission does nothing about it. Anyway, how well does this antenna work? I tested it out in a new location with a bunch of other indoor antennas to see how it performs. Here are the TV stations I'll be testing out with this antenna, the RF channel they broadcast on, and the results of the last two indoor antennas I tested out on my YouTube channel. There are 3 UHF channels and 2 VHF channels. The signal on WNEP, which broadcasts on UHF channel 21, was higher on this antenna than a small Luxtronic antenna and about the same as the Clearstream 2 Max. This makes sense as the antenna is optimized for the UHF band. The signal on WYLU on VHF channel 12 couldn't really be picked up with this antenna, likely because it doesn't have good VHF capability. This antenna was able to pick up Wbre on VHF channel 11, but with a lower signal than the Clearstream 2 Max, which has good VHF capability with a folded dipole. The signal on WOLF, which broadcasts on UHF channel 22, was about the same on this antenna than the Luxtronic antenna, but lower than the Clearstream 2 Max. This antenna had trouble picking up the low-powered repeater of NJPBS on UHF channel 27. So this wasn't the worst antenna I tested out, but definitely not the best either. It doesn't really have good VHF gain. You see, most markets have at least one major station affiliated with ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, or PBS on the VHF band. This antenna is less likely to pick up these channels compared to an indoor antenna with more VHF gain. As a frame of reference, another indoor antenna I tested out in the same location brought in the VHF channels close to 70% compared to only about 40% with this Gesobyte antenna. I suppose this antenna could be used as a cheap temporary setup to see what you get if you're trying to cut the cord for the first time with an antenna. However, you're better off sticking with an antenna made by a reputable US-based antenna company like Channel Master, Winegard, RCA, Antennas Direct, or Televis. I include a link to a list of recommended antennas in the description of the video. Man, I just want to set this piece of junk antenna on fire. No, I shouldn't. If my insurance company sees this video, they'll deny my claim if my house ever was to burn down. But it's so tempting. I mean, just get a little bit of lighter fluid on it and just wait. It's like, no. I gotta stick to the script. I'm Tyler the Antenna Man, not Tyler the Pyromaniac. Or am I? With any indoor antenna, it's critical to use some kind of signal meter as a guide to find the best location for it. Moving an antenna as little as a few feet or even a few inches can have a huge impact on reception, which I showed in a previous video of mine. If you plan on using an indoor antenna, I'd highly recommend the Mediasonic DTV box. It has a signal meter that comes up if you press the info button twice, which is very helpful to find the best spot for an indoor antenna. I include a link to it along with an instructional video in the description of this video. I'll be releasing other indoor antenna reviews in the future, so be sure to stay tuned to my YouTube channel. I was truly amazed at how well and how poor some performed. If you don't want to wait, feel free to sign up for an antenna recommendation from me on my website at antennamanpa.com. I'll eliminate all the guesswork and give you information on the best antenna for your location based on my experience testing out over 100 antenna models and actually installing them in 4 TV markets. Thanks again for watching this YouTube video. An additional thanks to everyone who supports me on Patreon or is a member of my YouTube channel. If my videos helped you cut the cord or if you just think they're cool and would like to help support them while gaining exclusive perks, such as behind the scenes content, access to my videos ad-free 1 day early, and direct contact with me, visit patreon.com/antennaman or click the join button in this video. If you're on Facebook, you can like my Facebook page at facebook.com/antennamanpa. If you're not on Facebook and would like to receive email updates whenever I post new videos, feel free to sign up to my email list. I attach a link in the description of the video. Stay tuned to my YouTube channel for more cord cutting and antenna related videos and have an awesome day.